Today is the 4th of February 2024. Chatludi came with her family, with her husband and with her family to dedicate the marriage to her deceased mother, Kun Benjamat, and also to dedicate the marriage to Kun Vilki, who was her husband's father. I tell you a story of a man. He led a good life, making lots of wholesome acts. So when he died, after passing through the judge said, "Oh, you have been a good man. Look at the registration form. Anyway, look, you have been a good man. I give you a favor. You can ask a favor." So this man, suppose his name is Thomas. Thomas asked that maybe he could see one person in heaven. "Oh, is that so? Who is he?" I said, "No, it's not a he." Thomas said, "It's not a he, it's a she." You see the gender issue here? So yes, Thomas asked to see Saint Mary. So he was sent to this registration desk, information desk up in heaven. So information desk, very nice young man. "Oh, you want to see Saint Mary? She lives alone on cloud number 9. So Thomas, as soon as he knew cloud number 9 in his heart, as soon as in his mind, as soon as he knew where he's going, his mind takes him there already. So there at cloud number 9. There Saint Mary was sitting, very sadly, sitting all alone by herself. So Thomas went, almost crawled in very, very quietly in a respectful manner. He went and he bowed to Saint Mary and asked her, "Most Venerable Saint Mary, are you okay?" Saint Mary said, "Oh, I am doing fine, my son. Why are you here? Why have you taken all the trouble to come here to see me? Very few people come to see me, you know. They always go to see my son." Thomas said, "You know, before I died, I had this one question which bothered me very much." Saint Mary asked, "What is it, my son? What is it, Thomas, my son?" Thomas said, "You know, you always look sad. Whoever painted you, you always look sad. You make sculpture, you also look sad. They chiseled the stone for this Saint Mary. Still you look very sad. What was it in your life that troubled you, that you did not receive the wish, that you wished but you didn't get your wish?" Saint Mary was very sad. She still looked very sad and looked up to him, looked up to Thomas. "Thomas, you know, nobody ever asked me this question. I am thankful to you for noticing this, and I would like to tell you my wish that it was not fulfilled. I always wished that my son was a girl." So now Kun Benjamat, Chatrudi's mother, did not have to share that suffering like Saint Mary, because when Chatrudi was born a girl, and Kun Benjamat always wanted a girl. You see, so Kun Benjamat, wish fulfilled. You know, the Buddha, when he was alive, when he was a young prince, his name was Siddhartha. Siddhartha means wish fulfilled. Yes, because when he was born, that was what his parents wanted. So he was born to become the Buddha. Now, I think Kun Benjamat liked this, Where is she now? Oh, she must be among us. She could possibly be among us. Wouldn't she? I would say that she's among us now, listening to this story. Why so? Because Chatladi, her daughter, is making this dedication, making this ceremony for her. So she has to come. She knows that this dedication is for her, so she must come. And now why I speak in English? Because if Mr. Won Wilkie comes, he won't understand Thai, That's why I have to speak the language that he would have understood. Now, they have both experienced life, birth to death. Both of them have experienced that. All of us here, we have experienced birth, but not yet death. It may take longer time. Some of you may take longer time. I may take shorter time. But when death comes, when it's complete, there is birth to death. In between birth and death, it is what you call life. Yes? So this life that you are leading, how are you going to make your life good as Thomas? Thomas could go and see Saint Mary. Chatridi, your name is very important. I explained to you. Chat. In Hindi, chatta. Chatta is umbrella. Chatta in Hindi is just ordinary umbrella that local people use. But when you come to Thailand, this chatta or chatra is that one. You see that umbrella above there, a gold umbrella. This one is 7 tier. For the king, it is 9 tier. One whose name is Chat. My name is also Chatra. That's why I have to explain to Chatra, another Chatra of the next generation. Once when you are giving this name, you have to take the burden. No, not burden. You have to take opportunity in your life to help others. Not enough that you take good care of your husband, not enough that you take care of your parents, not enough that you take care of your daughter, but you also have to take care of sentient beings. Otherwise you cannot become Chatta, because Chatta, the one who sits under 9 tier Chatta, is Raja, is the king. And the king can become fully king only when he protects his country, only when he takes after his own people as his own children. So one who takes the name of Chatta, Chatra, must have this quality to go beyond yourself in order to make this life worth the name, in order to make this life worth the name. So that's why here I organize ceremony of giving Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva's lay Bodhisattva's part. Like Chaturdi can become lay Bodhisattva. You can still have family, you can still have your husband, your daughter, but take care of others also. Take care of other daughters as your own daughter. Take care of other sons as your own children. This ability to be able to think beyond yourself is that which will pave the way for you to be able to see Saint Mary like Thomas, go beyond yourself to be able to help others. And only if our society is not so self-centered within their own family, but also extend this love to other families, we will be much better. We will be much better. So when the Buddha was enlightened, very soon people who gathered around him, 60 of them, all men, I'm sorry. The first batch, 60 of them became enlightened and they became bhikkhus, they became monks. So the Buddha sent them out to preach, just like in Christianity, in the Gospels, send out the good news, the good news. So in Buddhism also, the Buddha sent out these 60 enlightened bhikkhus to spread the words, that enlightenment is for real, that you can overcome suffering. But you have to understand the suffering that we see as it is now, it is because we are born. We are born. If you don't want to be born, this birth, what happened with birth is that once you are born, it comes automatically that you get old. It comes automatically that you get sick. And it comes automatically that you will die. They have experienced that. They can witness what I'm saying. Now, in those days, in those days, they really hold on to this concept of self, Atman. This Atman goes on life after birth, life after life after life, until eventually they receive moksha, this for salvation, to become even a bigger self called Paramatman. The Buddha pointed out to them in a very simple way. Now wait a minute, before you go to that one, you realize that this Atman, this self, that you think it is self, it is all illusion. It is all illusion, and we cling to it. And because we cling to it, that's why it takes you to the next birth. And when it takes you to the next birth, again old age, again sickness, again death. In order for us to overcome this, you have to cut birth. You have to cut birth, So this is very important message in Buddhism, that you cut this cycle of birth. That's what we call Nirvana or Nibbana, the highest spiritual truth. And the beauty of it, the beauty of Buddhism is that it is not only the Buddha who could cut through this cycle of rebirth. Everyone can. This potentiality is for everyone. It's not accessible only to the Buddha, but to everyone. And the Buddha was kind enough, he cannot do for us. He cannot not do our Nibbana for us, but he showed us the way, how to be enlightened, how to cut through the clinging of self, which is the binding force to bring us back to this recycle of birth. So when we understand that, we see the greatness of the Buddha. We see the greatness of the Buddha. Oh, by the way, there is no one Buddha. There have been many Buddhas. One who is enlightened by himself, no one is showing him the path. That one is called the Buddha. So in the past, in Theravada texts, we have at least 28 Buddhas. 28 Buddhas. And the beautiful part of the Bhikkhunis is that each Buddha would have 2 Bhikkhunis as disciples, 2 Bhikkhus as disciples, leading disciples. So I come back to the Bhikkhuni issue. So we are the Bhikkhunis to fulfill what the Buddha had said for the formation of the fourfold Buddhists. This was said by the Buddha, to have the Bhikkhus, to have the monk, to have the ordained, to have the Bhikkhuni, the ordained monastic, to have the laymen and laywomen. They will become the foundation for the prosperity of Buddhism into the future. So, coming back to Nicole's question, whether to lead a good life as a Buddhist, do we have to be Bhikkhuni? No. You can be enlightened as a lay person, and Bhikkhunis need support from the lay people. Bhikkhuni will be just minority of those who can only remove themselves from worldly life. They can leave behind their husband, they can leave behind their children if they have. So for Chakriti, she cannot become Bhikkhuni. Otherwise, her husband will really complain. Her daughter will complain. Yet, she can be a good Buddhist. She can be a good Buddhist. And yes, she can be enlightened, even as a layperson. So you see the beauty of Buddhism. It does not frame you that you must be only the Bhikkhu or Bhikkhunis in order to be enlightened. Enlightenment, nirvana, is for everyone. You have access as much as I do. Sometimes the monastics get stuck with being monastics, and that becomes obstacle, and they cannot be enlightened. So between Chaturdi and Chatsuman, there is no guarantee that Chaturdi might be enlightened before Chatsuman. Yes? So I end my talk today. ขอโทษนะคะที่พูดเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเพราะบังเอิญโฮสต์เจ้าภาพเป็นคนต่างชาติแต่อยู่เมืองไทยมานานแล้วล่ะท่านก็อาจจะฟังภาษาไทยออกแต่ก็อยากจะพูดให้คุณพ่อท่านฟังด้วยคุณพ่อท่านเป็นแคนาเดียนนะคะก็เลยพูดเป็นภาษาอังกฤษแต่ว่า I think we had a good discussion. We had a good picture of ourselves in it. And please lead a good life. At least if you're not enlightened, you will have access. You will have that bonus to see Saint Mary. Thank you.